There we go. Pushing that. So my names are Josephine Onwanga and aka Kemunto Achira on social media. And I'm just honored to be able to host this call today. And our special guest is Robin. And before Robin comes on, I just want to share that we know we're all here and whoever invited you, it's because they care about you, they care about your family, and they care about your health. We know that and things are crazy, and Robin is going to share in detail. This is her department and we'll let her handle it. And I just want you guys to have an open mind. I hope you have your pens and your notebooks because she's going to drop some gems in these few minutes, and you can unpack them afterwards. And if you have any questions, feel free to write them on the chart here, and hopefully we can answer some of those at the end. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce Robin. I met Robin a couple of years ago on one of the conferences, and she's one of these sisters, you just meet her and you love her, and we just gelled like right away, and we have been friends since then. And besides that, we are a part of a company that is just incredible. I call it my Juice Plus family because whoever you meet, literally instantly they become part of your family, and we love on each other, we help each other, we celebrate each other, and most of the people here on this call are a part of that big family. And you will hear some story tonight through Robin, and in the end you will hear my story as well. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, a mother of four, and one of my children is the reason why I am here today sharing this mission. And you'll hear my story at the end of the call, so hang in there. Robin is a nutritionist for 12 plus years. She lives in California. She's a mother of one beautiful daughter. I love watching her daughter do life with Robin. So without further ado, Robin, I'm gonna let you take it away, sister.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm going to set up my screen for just a second as we talk. And Josephine, you say 20 minutes, correct? Because I really want to be timely. Okay, very good. So I'm looking at my clock. Okay, perfect. So my name is Robin, and I am a certified nutrition specialist, but my nutrition life began with my own story. And a lot of times that's how we get into health and nutrition, is having a story. And so I'm 46 now. And when I was 30, I had a baby and I realized I was overweight, pre-diabetic, and I knew that I didn't know how to eat, and how was I going to impart knowledge on a baby when I didn't know. My mother was overweight, and it just was something that was passed down. And being pre-diabetic and overweight at that time, that just didn't make sense to me. So I started to look into food and nutrition, and I discovered, which I did not know at the time, food will either kill you or keep you alive. That the illnesses and diseases we face are due in part to what you put in your mouth or what you don't put in your mouth. So that just started my journey. And as time went on, I became very fascinated about food and how it works in the body. And that changed my career. And long story short, I started to help other people once I dropped the pounds and all of that good stuff. And it really, really changed my life. So I'm going to talk to you first about how nutrition has changed. I have been in the industry as a nutritionist for 13 years. And what I see today is not what I saw when I first started. And the change in those short 13 years has been not good. So let's talk about how nutrition has changed. First of all, back in the day, 50 years ago, our food was not processed. It was fresher and delivered to us in a different way. Today, we have a mass production of food, and that mass production of food is changing how our bodies are being able to relate to what we're putting in there. For example, quick example, and I know a lot of people on the call may be vegetarian, but I'll use this as an example, a chicken. So in nature, a chicken takes about 78 days to be ready. But the way that the society and the mass producing of the food has made it so that a chicken is ready in 48 days. Now, that's like having a baby, and a baby is supposed to take 9 to 10 months, and now you're shortening the period. And so in doing that, and you know that when there's a premature baby, you have to do special things to make sure the baby is healthy. When, for example, with the chicken, in order to make that chicken grow, because you know chicken breasts are really big when you go to the store, you're putting hormones and chemicals and all of those things. And so what is put in the produce or the animal food is what you're going to eat. So think about that. Whatever's put in there to make it grow is going to be put in you. That's why it makes it difficult for people to even get pounds off, because of all the chemicals and so forth. The other thing, and this is the part that really, I like to call myself a fruit and vegetable dealer. I'm very passionate about fruits and vegetables because I know the power. What people don't understand is that the soil that the produce is growing from most often is depleted from the nutrients. So when you go to the store and you're getting a tomato or broccoli or cucumber or what have you, you think, okay, this is a vegetable, this is fruit, this is good. But it didn't come to you with all of the nutrients in there. And as a result of that, that is why we're seeing more illness and disease. And so as a result of not having the nutrients in the produce, that is how, as a nutritionist, I'm noticing things I never noticed 13 years ago, which is an uptick of the following: more heart disease and stroke, more cancer. That's, I mean, and y'all know this if you pay attention, so many people, women, men, getting breast cancer and other cancers, your respiratory diseases, asthma, COPD, diabetes, Alzheimer's, kidney disease, autism is going up, up and up and up. And autoimmune, when I tell you, 13 years ago, I would have a client, one every now and then, that had fibromyalgia or lupus or MS. Now it's almost double, triple, like a lot. Like it's just all commonplace for someone to have a list of autoimmunes. And once you have one, it opens the door up for others. We're seeing more anxiety, more constipation, food allergies, infertility. All of that is a result of us having more chemicals and less nutrients in our food. More chemicals and less nutrients in our food. That is a perfect storm. When you bombard your body with chemicals to which you cannot avoid because it's in the air, it's in the food, that's a situation. And then when you don't have enough of the goods in your cells to fight that off, that's where illness and diseases come from. And I'm excited to share some of the remedies and some of the reasons why these tools that I use work. I'm going to assume that all of us want to live our best lives. I'm going to assume that we all want to eat to live. We say that, right? And if you knew how to put where to and how to make sure that your body is getting the best nutrition ever, would you do it? Would you stay open-minded enough to do it? That's my question. So how do we eat to live? Because again, I said food will either kill you or keep you alive. Let's talk about it. First, let me tell you what nutrition is. Sometimes people think just because they put something in their mouth, they had nutrition. Not so. If you put a hot Cheeto in your mouth, oh, it was yummy to the tummy. But were there any nutrients in there? No. And so to get nutrition, when you eat something, if it is nutrient rich, it is designed to maintain your brain and your muscles and your bones and your nerves, and you're filling your cells with all the goods so that your body can grow and repair and all of those things. That's nutrition. And someone said to me the other day, it's like bad nutrition is an oxymoron, because if you're by way of putting your body, it's good. If it's nutrition, it's useful for your body. If you're putting other things in your body, it's not nutrition. Nutrition is designed to grow and build and repair your body. Hot Cheetos is not nutrition. There's no nutrients in there. Just be clear of that. And so, well, I will say it again. You want to have more nutrition in your body, more fruits and vegetables than you have Cheetos, right? More of the good stuff than you have the bad stuff, which sounds simple, right? But again, remember that you also thinking about if you're eating fruits and vegetables conventionally from the store, that if you had broccoli or you're eating broccoli, you need so much more of that broccoli to give your body what it needed. So 60 years ago, a bushel of broccoli was a bushel of broccoli. Now you need 5 times as much just to get the nutrition out of there. And the truth is, failing to get these virtually guarantees disease. So if you don't have enough micronutrients, which comes from fruits and vegetables in your body, that's when things really, really change. And what does that is plant food. Plants. Having enough plants in your body with all those colors and phytochemicals and nutrients is what builds you from a cellular level. Plants. When I work with my clients, because y'all know food tastes good, and to tell someone, don't eat this, don't eat that, don't eat that, like they're like, what? I don't what? But if I say, hey, before you eat all of whatever you're going to eat, just flood your body with plants first. That sounds doable. They're like, okay, I can do that. I can eat more produce and continue to do what I'm doing for now, depending on what they're asking, what they're seeking for results. But the bottom line is to eat to live is to put more produce in your body, more fruits and vegetables. So whatever you're doing today, do more. I challenge you when you get off of this call to do more. Tomorrow, the next day, do more. Whatever you're doing, do more, right? I talked about the phytochemicals in there, and that is just, it's amazing for the body. Now, here's my question. Did you know that we need 9 to 13 servings of raw fruits and vegetables daily? And it used to be 5 a day. And I mentioned why it's more is because what you're getting is not what you're really getting, right? The soil is depleted. It was picked before it was ripened and all of those things. So to mitigate illness and diseases and help our bodies build, we need 9 to 13 servings of raw fruits and vegetables, which sounds crazy. My question to you all, think about it, is do you get 9 to 13 servings of raw fruits and vegetables daily? Do you? Now, some of you might say, I do get that amount of fruits and vegetables in daily. And that's what I thought. So as a nutritionist, I would say I was like, oh yes, I eat well. I don't need any more fruits and vegetables. I'm good. Then I heard I needed 9 to 13 servings. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if I get that many. I have a lot of clients, and I know a lot of people who are vegetarian and vegan, and they'll say, well, that's all I eat is vegetables and fruit, so I'm okay. And I would say, not that you're not okay, but if you're not getting it vine ripened raw, 9 to 13 servings, think about ways that you can do that and get more in there. I have one of my clients who's vegan was really resistant to some of the information that I was sharing with her. And once I told her, just give it a try with what I'm recommending. And she did. And within a month, her blood work had changed. And now she's like, wow. Now she's a part of the healthy living community because she wants to share it with other people that are vegetarian and vegan, because she was so resistant at first to the messaging. So I say to you, if you think you eat lots of fruits and vegetables, which you probably do, if they're not raw, vine ripened daily, then let's talk about some of the tools. And I will tell you what I use with my clients, what I recommend, and why. So let's talk about it. The tools that I use. When I was first introduced to fruits and vegetables in a capsule, I will be honest, I'm like, yeah, right, just eat it. That's what I said, just eat it, until I looked at the research and I understood we can't eat that. We don't eat that much, and we don't get it vine ripened and all of that good stuff. So I recommend to my clients, as I would to you, is to consider strongly to flood your body with the Juice Plus plant powders, fruits, vegetables, and berries, because there's so much produce. And I say to you, what do you think would happen if you flooded your body with more than 30 raw fruits and vegetables every day? What do you think would happen? Think about that. The other thing that I know to be true is that when you eat fruits and vegetables, you eat the ones you like over and over again. If you like tomatoes, you like tomatoes. But if you don't like broccoli, then you won't eat broccoli. But there's nutrition in there. All of the fruits and vegetables they work together in synergy, right? So all the colors and all the phytochemicals, they create this story in our bodies. But if you're only eating what you like, then you're missing part of the story. And so when you're taking in the Juice Plus, you're getting a full spectrum of all these nutrients and all these colors. And then there's also the omega blend, which most people hear about omega 3s, but it's a blend 5, 6, 7, and 9. And that combined with the Juice Plus creates magic in the body. And I stand behind it so firmly because I've seen the benefits in the clients and then myself. Remember, I was thinking I was too cool for eating more vegetables. And what happened to me, my eyes were no longer red, my nails grew, my hair's gotten longer. And the thing that makes me most excited is that I had inflammation in my gums and my gums used to bleed, and that went away. So that was me thinking I was too cool for more vegetables and fruits, and voila, things changed for me. Aha. And it's not a multivitamin, though it looks like it, right? It's in a capsule, and people, when they call it vitamin, I'm like, no, don't say that. It makes me really sad because it's not. It's the pits, the peel, the seeds, all of that ground up into a powder, the water taken out. Multivitamins I do not recommend because they are a synthetic version of isolated nutrients. You're only taking a multivitamin because you think that you're trying to supplement for what you're not getting. But when you take Juice Plus, you're getting what you should be getting, which is the real produce in the best form. It's backed by science, which for me was important. I needed that backing, right? Because if I'm going to recommend it to you, then I want to be able to say that there's strong backing. And it's not just fruits and vegetables research, it is specific research on what Juice Plus does in the body. And that is very, very powerful. It's the most well-researched product that you would find. And here are the 11 things that take place in the body when you take them. I love to tell you all this because it's not in theory, like this is real stuff. So within 7 days, all the antioxidants in your blood plasma will go up by 75%. That's good news. Within 7 days, the free radicals in your body will go down by 75%. 80 days, DNA will be 66% less damage. That's good. Damaged DNA is not what we want, right? Your cardiovascular system will improve. Also, your B cells and your T cells, that's that immune system that everybody's talking about these days. 80 days stronger. Anti-inflammatory response throughout the body. So that inflammation that I had in my mouth, that's the bleeding gums was showing up as inflammation. It helps. So, and then the stronger gums and the teeth bleed less often. The skin, microcirculation of the skin. We all have skin and we all want to show up with our best skin, right? That's what people see is your face. Pregnancy study, lower risk of preeclampsia, toxemia, and premature labor. Vast benefits for adults and kids. A study shows a decrease in belly fat and insulin resistance. And I hear these testimonials all the time. And an increased lung capacity in smokers, and the side effect is lower oxidized cholesterol. That's what we know happens. And that shows up in different ways. I mean, those are the things we know that happen, but when you get this nutrition in your body, it knows what to do. So it knew to keep my eyes from being red. It knew to have my nails to grow longer. It knows where to go. I always say to you, take it for yourself and consistently for 4 months. Because what if, right? You have this nutrition, we've mentioned it to you, and then you say, I eat enough fruits and vegetables. Well, what if? I always just say, try it for 4 months consistently, at least. Another option, another tool that I use is to help people, inspire them to grow their own produce, right? So you have the Juice Plus fruits and vegetables in a capsule, but you also have the ability to grow your own, a farmer's market right at your home, so that you can go outside and get your kale and your broccoli and your cauliflower and your chives and your chard and all of these things. No dirt, right? So the nutrient and the soil, that's not the issue here. It's nutrients that go directly in the water, very, very power packed with everything that we need, 90% less water, less space, and you can't mess it up. I have no green thumb. I'm no gardener, but I grow and it's amazing and it tastes. Once you taste something that is grown from your tower, you'll know that what you've been eating in the store doesn't measure up. Your first time you taste, bite your cucumber, your tomato, you'll know. You'll say, what have I been doing all this years? There's also another tool that I use with my clients called Shred 10. And Shred 10 is a program that you are eligible for when you have the Juice Plus products. And in short, the shred helps you to rid the foods out of your body and the habits that do not serve you, and you flood your body with whole foods and micronutrients. So we use the Juice Plus capsules. We also use a plant-based shake that the Juice Plus company has. And when you are a Juice Plus customer, you really are eligible for that. And it comes with a lot of guidance, support, and resources. So that is something that is available to you. My time is coming up pretty quickly. So as you hear, and maybe we'll have time for questions. We'll let Josephine tell us if we do or not. But once you're hearing this information, and maybe you have some thoughts, and so I'm going to give you some what to do next if some of these things resonated with you. First of all, you want to contact the person that invited you here, right? Because they'll have be able to help you with the next steps. But there are a number of options. My question to you is, do you have a passion for helping others? If you do, and this made sense, you may consider joining our mission, because we always need more people sharing this message of health and nutrition. I don't feel like it is true. Each one teach one. When you find out something good, you want to share it. And you don't have to be a nutritionist or anything like that. Our healthy living community are filled with everyone from all walks of life, all careers, that love to share good information. And when you're a part of our healthy living community, there are lots of perks. We actually get paid to do good. So get in touch with a person and explore that as an option for you, because our community is so cool. It's so loving, and it's just fulfilling. So you have the opportunity to be a part of that. So that's one thing that you can do. The second thing is, in addition to, you can join our community, right? And you can add Juice Plus to your diet, right? Add it to your diet. I encourage you, I urge you, because it's good stuff. And when you do that, you can look into participating in the Shred program, right? So regardless, I recommend that when you get off this call, pick up the phone or email or text or whatever you do, and contact the person that invited you here and say, yeah, I'm ready to flood my body with all of this nutrition. I'm ready to eat to live. I'm ready to take it up a notch. Your body is your temple. And as we're honoring, you do so many things. I'm believing for a lot of people, this is something that you can do. It's personal development for your body. And then lastly, the third thing you can do, and you can do all three of these, is to commit or get to growing yourself. Get that tower garden and start growing your own produce, so that in 30 days, like 30 days from now, you could be having a fresh, big salad full of all these greens that you grew, that taste amazing, that's giving you all of these nutrients. So again, I repeat, do something, take action when this call is over. Do one of the three. My time is up, because I'm looking at the time. That was 20 minutes. And so I just want to thank you for allowing me to be here. I'm going to stop my screen. If there's any questions or comments, I'd love to answer those for you. I'm going to turn it back over to Josephine until I'm asked to speak again. Thank you. You're muted.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
That was amazing. I wish we had all day because we don't want to keep everybody here. I know your presentation is worthy 4 hours, so we can be able to get it all in. But you dropped a lot of nuggets, and I'm really hoping that our guests, you were all writing some notes down. And as you had Robin sharing, one thing I want you to be aware of is this: we're not making any claims that Juice Plus cures, heals, or does any of those things. But Robin was very clear in her sharing. What you realize is when you flood your body with good nutrition, it knows what to do. The body actually heals itself. That's amazing, guys. And that's where I want to be able to share with you guys my story really quick for a couple of minutes to see why I joined this community as Robin was inviting. We need more boots on the ground. So I joined this amazing community through a health crisis. I said I have 4 children. So one of my children, David, at the time, he was 12 years old. And that was in 2014 for a period of 3 years. It was a health crisis. He had a GI condition whereby he could not keep food down. Everything he ate, he threw up. And he's had asthma since he was 4 years old. So the doctors thought there was a cross reaction. He had an allergic reaction because the condition he had is called eosinophilic esophagitis. Literally inflammation of the esophagus. The white cells were sitting in the esophagus. Gross, right? But that's exactly what happened. So David never went to school, 7th grade and part of 8th grade. It was incredibly painful to watch my son go through that. I took family medical leave for a year and a half. That was loss of income for our family, but I'm thankful that my husband was working and we're able to keep our home. We made a lot of adjustments so we can be able to manage financially in the home because a family of 6, losing our whole income was not easy. So, and I had to do that because 3 days a week, I was taking David to Children's Hospital in Washington, D.C., not to get a cure or a treatment, but to be taught how to cope and live with pain, learning meditations, learning different things that he can do to be able to endure the pain through his life. As a mother, that was not easy. I had moments where I was like, God, where are you? And in 2017, it was to get a feeding tube, but that's when I chose to try Juice Plus because I knew about Juice Plus in 2016, but I was trying so many other natural things. And guys, that's the only regret I have that I did not try Juice Plus earlier on for my son. Again, we're not claiming keyword treatment or anything here, but if I had flooded his body with more nutrition ahead of time, it was going to support his immune system. And that's one of my best research, as Robin was mentioning. I just can talk about that immunity research all day long because that's what my son experienced. When his immune system was strengthened within 2 weeks, guys, that 14 days and 28 days, David's inflammation started to shrink. His pain started to subside. And in 4 to 6 months, it was down from 7 medications to 3 medications. Now he's only on 2 of his asthma medications for maintenance. Let me tell you the joy I have as a mother that in 3 years, all we've done is to go for wellness visits while we used to go to emergency room for hydration and pain management or calling the doctor for some steroids to help with his breathing. Isn't that incredible? And why will I keep this news to myself? And then I feel a moral obligation to share with anybody that can listen to me. And the scripture the Lord gave me during that period is in Proverbs 3:27. And I shared this with conviction. And it says, do not withhold good from those to whom it's due when it's in your power to do so. The Lord blessed me through my suffering. And that's why I can look back and say, thank you, God, for the suffering. How many of us can actually, through the suffering we are going through, we can be like, God, thank you. But the Bible says, be thankful in all things. But now when I look back, I actually thank God for that suffering because through it, I have a passion and a mission, to be able to serve other people. Robin gave us a challenge by saying, do you want to serve other people? Do you love to serve people? I knew I was a people's person. I'm not a salesperson by any means, but I enjoy seeing other people enjoy healthy, fulfilling lives. And I found that purpose in this community. And I'm forever grateful. And you know whom I'm grateful for? God, first of all, and using Sister Felicia, who told me about the Juice Plus. So, guys, whoever invited you here today, they care about you and they know that you can bless your own family, bless yourself, and bless other people. So I would like to say you want to be able to thank them for inviting you, and you have this information with you, and please do use it. For 2 years, when I was doing the Juice Plus, that's all I wanted to do. I did not tell people about the Tower Garden until 2020 when the pandemic hit. I was like, I love my green smoothies. I didn't want to go to the store every week. I was so paranoid. And I had bought my Tower Garden, by the way, August of 2019. It was still sitting in my garage. I took it out so fast that March of 2020 started growing, and I've been growing since then. And like Robin said, the taste, you don't even need to put dressing on that produce. You just eat it from the tower. It tastes amazing. So you just need to get one so you can know what we're talking about, really. Yeah. So with that being said, thank you everyone for being here today. I'm just thrilled to have you on this Easter Sunday. And I just want to wish you such a blessed Resurrection Sunday. So with that being said, I am going to stop the recording. And if anybody has any questions, we'll